The Red River Showdown once again came down to the final moments as Oklahoma would score a touchdown in the last 15 seconds of the game to win it. For this video, however, I wanted to talk about the first two touchdowns of the game. The one that the Sooners scored on their first drive and the one that the Longhorns got on the blocked punt. I wanted to break down what happened on those two plays and in particular any coaching points that I want to bring up. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, we've got Oklahoma. They're in a split back with a wing tight end to the left. Second and goal from Texas's 9.5-yard line. This is the drive right after Quinn Ewers' opening drive interception. And pre-snap, we're going to get a motion out here by Bob Stoops' son, who's going to really influence the defense. Now, I think, and this is just me, that this is kind of a screen called with a run option for Dillon Gabriel, okay? Basically, we're going to look and see what's the defense doing. Are they going with the motion? Okay, let's run it. Do they not go with the motion? Let's throw the screen, okay? Because we're going to get blocked right here, out here, okay? Everybody's going to down block as though we're running power, okay? They're all stepping down a gap, okay? Except for the right guard who's going to pull around and lead block. Even the back's going to come up here and set the edge, all right? And that's why I think it could be the screen. If they don't really react well to the screen or they're playing off so much and they're not going with it, to then throw that. And if they all vacate, then we're just going to run the ball. And that really kind of is why I think that way, because I want to show you what the defense does for Texas, okay? So this defender, he's going to walk up and he's going to rush. This backer's going to walk up, he's going to rush, okay? This defender is the defender that's going to take himself out of the play really bad, okay? With the pre-snap motion, he's going to start running. And he's not even going to notice until it's too late that Dillon Gabriel has started running with Dillon Gabriel himself, has started carrying the ball and running for the touchdown. Okay, but he's going to go right here. This backer's going to shift to the right with the motion. Same with this safety. Okay, and what's going to happen is we're going to run the play, and you're going to see that those safeties, that backer and those safeties that I'm saying are going with the motion and taking themselves out. They're going to hurt themselves because they're going to take themselves really out of the play. Especially this defender and this defender, okay? His responsibility is to help stop the screen, so it's fine, okay? But this defender right here, he's going to actually take himself into a spot where the right guard can get to him easy, and he's going to end up way over here out of position when Dillon Gabriel cuts back that he can't come back and make the tackle because he's still on his back foot trying to turn around as Gabriel is hitting the hole. So let's go ahead and watch the play so you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about. Right, we get the pre-snap. See, they're going with the motion. They're all looking to their right. Dillon Gabriel's looking. He's looking basically at what the defenders are doing. He sees, hey, we've got numbers going out there. I have the run play. He's going to take it and score a touchdown, okay? Really well done there, right? So he's going to set up. Okay, I got what. They're all moving with that. Okay. We're going to have more defenders out where the screen's supposed to go. I'm going to take the run, all right? Good job, good decision by him. It's obviously something that they've worked on in practice. I really like the design of the play for that, okay? I know that's hard. I know that's not what Longhorns fans want to hear. They might have seen that the Texas Longhorns players were super aggressive going with the motion, so they kind of were like, this will be a great goal line call because they're moving with the motion. There might be some issues with communication. That's what happened at the end of the game. But to start off with this play, to score a touchdown, really well done, and I like it. And now if you're the defense, now you have to slow play that motion because if you don't, they might run the play and run the ball right where you vacate again. So hats off to Oklahoma. Hats off to the offense there. Let's go ahead and take a look now at Texas's first touchdown, which is the blocked punt and what went wrong there. All right, so here we have that punt block that occurs for Texas. And one of the first things you're going to see is that Oklahoma is on their own 7-yard line. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I do not like on Oklahoma's formation where this punter is aligned. I do not like it at all. For me, and the reason is because I calculate, okay, we're 7 yards to the goal line, basically. And I think that this punter is not 7 yards back. Generally, I want my punter at about 14, maybe even 15 yards, depends, okay? I think this punter is at about 6 yards back, okay? So 13 yards away from the defense, okay? And that's going to play a major role in this block because remember, punter's going to catch it. He still has to step forward to punt it, okay? Also, what I want you to notice is that I don't personally love this type of a shield, but you can get away with it. It's fine. Again, all personal preferences for myself. All right. Now, the reason that this punt is going to be blocked is really because of our defender buddy right here. This is a defensive lineman. He is going to make a mistake. At the snap, he's going to step slightly to his left, and then he's going to try and squeeze down. When you're doing the shield punt, the shield has to step together. They've got to get themselves together, hip to hip, basically butt to butt, and they're protecting the inside gap. Okay? When they don't protect the inside gap, that's where the issues occur, and they can't just vacate the inside gap. So we're going to run the play a little bit because Texas is really coming after this punt. So here you can see he steps out, right? He had stepped out slightly. Now he's going to try and step back in, okay? But the problem is because he stepped out slightly and they're not really getting hip to hip, look at the gap that's occurring in the defense. Or in the punt shield, excuse me, with the punt return team rushing. You have holes right there. Generally speaking, when you're running shield and they're hip to hip, they got to protect that inside, and they're just taught. They don't even have to lean out like on PAT block. They just have to punch and make sure that the person's going around them, okay? Especially if it's a right-footed kicker and the guy's coming from your left, we want him to take longer, okay? So just punch out, but you got to keep that inside gap. Those two gaps are open, okay? And that's what Texas is going to take advantage of. Now, remember, I said I didn't like the depth of the punter. Watch as he goes to block. Okay, he is kicking the ball. Let's rewind just slightly. Look where he's kicking the ball, guys. He's almost to the edge of the letter on X, right? He's almost to the edge of the letter on X right there. So that's what? Maybe 2-3 yards away? Okay, so now that's made the space basically be 9 yards. Imagine if he was a yard back. I don't know that this punt necessarily gets blocked, okay? Say he was a yard and a half back. Remember, I said 14 to 15 yards. If he was a yard and a half back, this punt might not get blocked. Now, ultimately, our defensive lineman gave up the inside. Inexcusable. It's inexcusable. You got to step down. You got to get hip to hip, keep that inside gap, and do not let anybody penetrate it. But I also think that the pre-snap alignment needs to be worked on. I don't like it. Again, personal preference. I want my punter just a little bit deeper to give that space. One of the things that I really want to focus on and talk about is there's certain things that can help a team out is by your alignment. And that's why you might hear me talking about different alignment of an offensive lineman, defensive lineman, things like that to help themselves out on a play. So for me, I just want to talk about this because, again, yes, it's easy to say he gave up the inside, but why is he giving up the inside? He stepped the wrong way. He's not getting hip to hip. The rest of the shield is not getting hip to hip with him. Okay, and then the pre-snap alignment of the punter. I think the punter's too close, not enough depth in the end zone. You're at the 7-yard line, and you still have enough depth. I know that they're taught not to be. They've got to be away, especially if they're really backed up. They've got to be away from the end line. But he was too close. I think if he had stepped back one more yard, I don't know that this punt gets blocked, and Texas doesn't get a touchdown out of it. So hopefully that was some information that maybe you didn't think about, and you enjoyed this video. If you're enjoying this type of content, please make sure to let me know down below. We're doing breakdown videos talking about things that I'm seeing in plays, and I'm trying to give you guys aspects of what coaches will do. And again, one of the big caveats I will always say is I don't know exactly what's being said to these players, but there's techniques and things that they can do that I have been experienced in and had to coach. So that's why I feel comfortable talking about some of these things. If I don't feel comfortable, you'll hear me say, I don't know exactly what they're being told, and that's why, okay? But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying this type of content. There are more breakdown videos on the end screen. We have the playlist on the recommended video on the end screen, but we'll see you next time.